Good morning, everyone. I would like to start by introducing myself. I feel like I've been up here a few times, so some of you may recognize me. But for those who don't, my name is Ursa Sylvest, and my pronouns are they, them. I've been a member of this congregation since 2021, but I've been attending events here with F-Cup specifically since about 2016. And just like some of the folks you've seen up here today, I'm a pagan, a Unitarian Universalist pagan to be precise. I practice a type of paganism called heathenry, which is based on the deities and lore of Germanic and Scandinavian Europe. Heathen is a reclaimed word and refers to a person from the heaths or wild country that had not been converted to Christianity in pre-Christian Scandinavia. I'm an elder and founding member of Elk Ridge Kindred, a locally based inclusive heathen worship group that offers regular rituals here at the UUCF. I'm also a member of the Potomac Seder Guild, a group of pagans who collectively practice and teach historically reconstructed Scandinavian magic. I'm about to graduate with my associate's degree with a focus on sociology, and I am a member of Pi Gamma Mu, the International Social Sciences Honor Society. I'm also a member of the F-Cups board, and I was recently voted in as a member at large for the UUCF board. And I'm also a candidate for the Unitarian Universalist Commission Lay Minister Program. I live in Purcellville, Virginia with my husband, Liam. Okay, so now, spoiler alert, I don't want to alarm any of you, but any one of you at this very moment could be sitting next to a Unitarian Universalist pagan and not even know it. So, what does a UU pagan look like? It could be the person in jeans and a t-shirt with dirt on their boots and under their fingernails from working in the garden. It could be the PTA member in the lovely flowing flowered dress. It could be the aging goth with lots of tattoos. I'm describing myself here. We come in every skin color and ethnicity. We come in every gender identity and expression. We come in all ages and body types. We come from all walks of life. So my point is that it is impossible to define or identify a UU pagan solely on how they look. All right then, so what does a UU pagan believe? This is an even more varied question. Because first you have to agree on a definition for the word pagan. Etymologically speaking, pagan comes from the Latin paganus, meaning a country dweller or rustic person. It's similar in intent and meaning to the word heathen, which we talked about earlier. When Christianity first came to Europe, it hit the big cities first. Usually, the last groups of people to be converted were the country dwellers who lived in the more rural areas. Therefore, the word pagan was often used in an insulting way to refer to an uneducated country person who hadn't converted to Christianity yet. This is a term that is being reclaimed by modern practitioners of this spiritual movement, just like the word heathen. A good definition for contemporary paganism would be a religion based on the traditional spiritual beliefs of pre-Christian societies of any given area. This is a very broad definition because, as we will see, there are many different types of paganism. Some pagan traditions include Hellenic or Greek paganism, Kemetic or Egyptian paganism, Gaulish, also referred to as Celtic paganism, Irish paganism, heathenry, which is the Germanic and Scandinavian paganism, and then the religion of Wicca. There are also various African diaspora spiritual traditions, such as Voodoo, Santeria, Hoodoo, and Rootwork, which may have also been enmeshed or syncretized with Roman Catholicism and other forms of Christianity in many ways. Many pagans are also polytheist, a word that comes from the Greek polytheos, meaning of many gods. Polytheism is, simply put, the belief in or worship of multiple deities. Some examples of contemporary, well-known polytheism include Hinduism and Shinto. Not all pagans, however, are polytheist. There are Christian witches and folk magic practitioners, including the brujas and curanderos of the Latinx communities, and there are pagans who identify as atheists or agnostics. To make it even more exciting or complicated, depending on your point of view, it is important to know that not all pagans practice witchcraft, which is defined essentially as the art of creating change, whether to mind or circumstances, in accordance with will. It's also important to mention that not all people who practice witchcraft are Wiccan, which is a separate religion all by itself. So y'all still with me? I know it gets confusing with the various words and labels, but they are important and they do all have meaning. So, here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Frederick, we do have a group for UU Pagans called Frederick Cups, Frederick Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans. F Cups, as we refer to it, is a chartered member of CUPS, the Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans, which is an independent affiliate of the Unitarian Universalist Association. CUPS was chartered by the UUA in the 1987 General Assembly for the purpose of networking pagan UUs, educating people about paganism, and promoting interfaith dialogue, among many other worthy reasons. We F-Cups folks, just like any UU member, come from vastly different personal traditions and paths. But there are things that unite us all with each other, including our shared Unitarian Universalist ethics and values. In Unitarian Universalism, the seventh principle is one of the many places where we can find common ground. Respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. You can also find us in the sixth source of Unitarian Universalism, spiritual teachings of earth-centered traditions, which celebrate the sacred circle of life and instruct us to live in harmony with nature. So, what do UU Pagans do? Right. If you've ever dropped by the building on a Friday night near the full moon, you may have seen us out in the courtyard drumming and walking the labyrinth. We do this regularly, and this activity has multiple meanings to multiple people. For some, it's a way to do a meditative reset by following the path of the labyrinth, in and out, accompanied by the rhythmic beating of the drums. For others, it may be more social, where we can connect to our community under the light of the full moon. Or maybe you fall into the group of folks who are just there for the drumming, no judgment, and honestly, who could resist a fun night of beating drums and dancing? All of these reasons are valid. And as F-Cups board president Irene Glass says, there is no wrong way to walk a labyrinth. Labyrinth walks are open to all. We welcome anyone who wishes to join us on the full moon. We also celebrate various high holy days according to a calendar that we call the Wheel of the Year. These seasonal holidays break up the year into quarters, the winter and summer solstices, and the fall and spring equinoxes, and cross quarters, the halfway points between the quarters. These rituals, just like the labyrinth walks, are open to anyone who would like to join. You don't have to be pagan to celebrate with us. You can set your own intentions for the rituals and have your focus be on whatever you are comfortable with. In our Samhain ritual, which occurs on or around October 31st, we honor our ancestors. This is a type of group mourning ritual, but also a celebration of the lives of our beloved dead. And our Litha ritual, which usually occurs on or around the summer solstice towards the end of June, celebrates the longest day of the year and the life-giving warmth of the sun. We F-Cups folks encourage anyone who is curious to come join us at an event, or if you have preliminary questions or concerns, please always feel free to ask me or reach out to any of our F-Cups ambassadors through the F-Cups email listed on our website, or if you see us at one of the Sunday services. We will be more than happy to discuss the upcoming event with you, let you know what to expect, and answer any questions. And please do not worry, we are not here to convert you. In fact, most pagans are actually extremely averse to proselytizing because it's considered a huge breach in hospitality. Which isn't to say that we and I don't greatly enjoy discussing other people's spiritual beliefs. Interfaith dialogue is a huge interest of mine. More than anything, I love talking to people about spirituality. I love learning about other people's ways of seeing the universe, understanding where their beliefs, values, and ethics come from, and how they play out in their lives, and just pondering the unknown with people. One of the organizations I volunteer for is Equality Loudoun. It's a nonprofit dedicated to LGBTQIA+ activism, education, and outreach in Loudoun County, Virginia. Last June, Equality Loudoun put on an interfaith pride service at a local Methodist church in Loudoun County. I represented UU Pagans at this service, and my contribution was a short sermon on our annual Samhain ritual and what it meant to be a good ancestor. I cannot tell you how many fascinating conversations I had after the service with people from all different faith backgrounds and people who had no faith background. The dialogues I had and the friendships I made that day all helped to strengthen our community and promote interfaith awareness and outreach. That is kind of my goal with this sermon today, to promote dialogue, community, and connection. I know sometimes it can seem like there are two separate groups here, the main UUCF congregation and all of those groups, and the F-Cups group out there at 10 p.m. on the Labyrinth doing heaven knows what with the fire and the drumming and the moon and everything. But establishing that community connection, that ongoing connection, that reciprocal relationship between all the groups is extremely important to me. And in fact, it's the focus of my Commission Lay Minister Training Covenant. I believe all the groups have so much to offer each other, even if it's just a different perspective on our lives on this earth. That is why we're all here as Unitarian Universalists, united by common causes. Whether you come from a humanist, atheist, agnostic, or religious set of beliefs, you are welcome at F-Cups events as yourself, fully and wholly you. Please consider this a lifelong invitation. You don't have to join F-Cups or believe anything that any one of us believes in order to raise your voice and song with us, or beat out a beautiful drum rhythm, or share in a post-ritual potluck feast. I will let you in on a badly kept secret. Pagans know how to have a great time in ritual with the best of them. And I can assure you there will be no surprise sacrifices. We're very much proponents of informed consent. So I hope this gives you a good overview of what we do here as Unitarian Universalist pagans, and I hope you feel welcome to learn more. And now, please rise in body or spirit as we sing together hymn number 1068 in the teal hymnal.